Welcome back to Injustice 2. Now today, it's going to be a little bit different than normal. First off, we're only going to be covering 2 issues, and the reason for that is it's kind of like when Ted Kord died, it was a tonal shift right in the middle of the story. So we're going to be doing the 2 issues that involve Ra's al Ghul, and then we're going to be doing the 2 issues afterwards next week. So don't worry, you're going to get the full story, but I had to break it down this time. Also, since I can't seem to pronounce the Daughter of the Bat's name, since she's barely referenced in this episode, we're only going to call her the Daughter of the Bat. Moving on, here you have Injustice 2, issue 23 and 24. This story takes place between the video games of Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. Batman has been pushing his goals while facing off against a new enemy, Ra's al Ghul. In his attempts to get the Dark Knight to stand down, Ra's and Damian have taken the body of Alfred and resurrected him using the Lazarus Pit. Batman charged in ready to rescue him, and he discovered that Raz's goal was to save nature, to protect the Earth by killing most of the human population that was tearing it apart, ending humanity. He then found Damian and Alfred. They fought, but Alfred stood up, telling them both to stop. It's okay. It's all okay. Batman is now being hugged by a recently revived Alfred, and he tells him, "I'm sorry, Alfred." Plastic Man's son Luke looks back at Harley and Batgirl and asks them, "Who's that guy?" Alfred. "He was dead. He's Batman's butler." And Luke is even more confused. "I'm missing something important, aren't I?" Damian looks at Alfred. "Are you okay?" "I am all right, Master Damian. I just need to sit down for a moment." He goes to sit down, and Damian runs to his side as Batman pushes him back. "Don't touch him!" And Alfred snaps. "Stop, both of you. I don't know what is happening here. I don't know how much I've missed, but stop this. Forgive each other. Now." Damian looks at him. "Alfred, he let you die." And Alfred stops him again. "No, he didn't. He never would, and you know this." Ra's al Ghul walks in, and Alfred sees his chance. "I've been listening to you. I've heard the plans. You want to do the right thing, but your planning is wrong on every level. You and Bruce, you both want to save the world. You're the 2 most intelligent people on the planet. 2 of the most driven, and 2 of the most stubborn and uncompromising. You both believe in absolutes, but the world isn't black and white. It's not too late. Take a moment. 1 moment can avoid so much. Sit, talk, come up with a solution, one that saves humanity and saves the planet." Luke, once again, without knowing anything that's going on, brings that fact up. You know, Batman's zombie butler is making sense. And then, Tomb! The entire building is shaken, and the extinct birds begin to fly in fear. Batman looks up, realizing it's Blue Beetle. He's trying to get in. Up above, Blue Beetle has lost contact with the entire team, and he begins to bombard the ground with his suit. Over and over, he hits it, telling himself, "I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. I got this." Not realizing what it is that he's attacking. The building begins to shake and crumble. Vixen and Diablo run into the main hall, asking what's going on. Batgirl turns around, shocked that Vixen is even there, and Vixen pleads, "Don't you see what Ra's is doing here? Stop whatever it is that you guys are doing." As Batgirl turns to the man in charge, "If you let me get a signal out, I can stop him." But it's too late as Blue Beetle hits the dome, protecting the space with a full blast, shattering it. He comes in asking, "Batman, Batgirl, I'm sorry, but the entrance was attacked. Is everyone okay?" Harley is the one to break the news, as she sadly tells him, "Oh, kid." Meanwhile, Vixen is holding one of the animals as the shard of glass has landed in its neck, killing it. One of the last remaining of this species of animal, where the extinct animals were allowed to go and prosper once again. She sets it down softly and looks at Blue Beetle. "You just wiped out a species!" And she summons the powers of the now extinct animal, leaping at Blue Beetle. Plastic Man stretches out, wrapping up Vixen, telling Blue Beetle to stop, and Diablo blasts him in the back. Batman's daughter looks at him. "I've always wanted to do this," as she punches him across the face. Keep in mind, right now he doesn't know who she is. As everyone begins to break out into fighting, Damian goes to Alfred's side, picking him up, telling him, "We gotta get you out of here." With explosions, power blasts, and bullets flying all over, Talia and Ra's shout out, "You don't do this in here!" But no one can hear them as they continue to battle with each other. One shot then hits Diablo in the chest, and it's over. He can't contain the heat any longer. Luke and Plastic Man wrap around everyone in the room, and Blue Beetle says that he's sorry as Diablo completely explodes, taking out all of the extinct animals and plants, completely destroying Raz's sanctuary. Plastic Man and Luke pull back, obviously injured from the blast, and Vixen walks out horrified. They were all the last of their species. With tears in his eyes, Ra's looks at Batman. "Is this what you wanted, detective?" Batman's daughter groans as she was hit with the blast, and Talia runs to her daughter's side. Roz looks at Batman. To come here and hurt your son and daughter in this way. Batman's eyes go wide as he realizes who the girl is. Roz walks over, placing his hand on Talia's shoulder. I know you never had a childhood, and mine was a long time ago. But do you know what I remember about my youth? The passion that I had. The certainty. But detective, you should know. You are in the wrong place. Meanwhile, at a ceremony at the Capitol, the new Steel and Aqualad, they're there to ensure that none of Roz's plans go forward, that he can't disrupt the Peace Summit. Jackson Hyde, aka Aqualad, calls up to Steel, telling her that he thinks he saw something get into the sky. She flies high and looks over the thousands of people in the area, asking Jackson what it is that she's looking for. And he tells her, I'm not sure. Just get a better vantage point. He walks into the water, and Roz continues his speech in his sanctuary. You see, detective, it is why we recruit the youth for our cause. Because of their fire, their conviction. They do whatever it takes. Back at the Capitol, Jackson begins to raise all of the water into a massive tidal wave. The wave gets larger, and it grows taller than the Washington Monument, and the people of the treaty begin to see it as the shadow of it begins to fall upon them. Steel calls out, Jackson, what are you doing? And as Roz continues, they do whatever it takes if they believe that is right, detective. The tidal wave comes crashing down onto the Capitol, hitting everyone there and washing them away. They drown, they're thrown into things, and they die. Lots of them die. And Steel flies towards him. Jackson! You have what you wanted, detective. You have the children. You can take Alfred. Your mission was a complete success. And everyone loses. That's when we see the sanctuary that Roz has built, and the Capitol in shambles, thousands dead. Roz turns his back to the Dark Knight. It's over. And Bruce asks him, what did you do, Roz? What have I done? What have I done? I removed the destructive force from your country's system. But what you have done here cannot be undone. What you have taken from this world in one reckless, selfish moment can never be replaced. I tried to control you, to spare you, but stand in my way now, and you will die with those that you protect. Any mercy that I had, any thought that I had of preserving you for my daughter, for my grandchildren, was wiped out with this sanctuary. Our mission will be stepped up. The humans will be wiping themselves out, and we're going to stop them from taking the planet with them. With that, the doors slammed shut. Roz and Talia took their team and they went to Site B, located in the middle of the Gorilla Empire. And as he walks into the basement into a hidden lab, there he finds Professor Ivo sitting with a mazo as it's being built. And we're